Why do millions of us spend hours watching stories about murder and mystery? Maybe it's fear, maybe it's curiosity, or maybe it's because true crime shows us the darkest parts of humanity, safely from our couch. We watch the darkness to understand the light. It's a strange thing, isn't it? This pull we have towards the absolute worst parts of human nature. You're sitting there, scrolling through Netflix or podcasts, and you find yourself drawn to these stories of murder, of deception, of pure, unadulterated evil. It's not because we're monsters. It's because we're human, and we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. We're trying to map out the boundaries of our own reality by looking at the people who just completely shattered theirs. Maybe so we don't fall into it ourselves. First off, you gotta look at the machine that feeds us this stuff, the media. It doesn't just report on a crime, it packages it, it brands it, it turns it into a narrative, a story. It takes a real-life tragedy and transforms it into a spectacle. This has been going on forever. Think penny dreadfuls and old sensational headlines. The more sensational the story, the more eyeballs and money. Suddenly, a killer isn't just a criminal. They're a character, a persona. Take John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, a moniker straight out of a horror movie. And the media ran with it. That image is burned into our collective psyche. The perfect, terrifying hook. News reports, TV specials, books, all amplifying the persona. They become larger than life, horrifyingly real, yet almost fictional. A barrage of headlines and grainy photos builds an immersive horror. The media frames it, sets the stage, hands us the ticket. But it can overshadow victims. The line to sensationalize is thin. So the media puts the story in front of us, but why do we lean in? Human beings are wired for patterns. We need cause and effect. Randomness freaks us out. Crime is a tear in the fabric of normal, so we try to fix the tear. We become amateur detectives. We analyze the timeline, scrutinize the evidence. Think about Ted Bundy, charismatic, intelligent, even charming. He didn't fit the mold of a monster, and that's disturbing. We dive in. Childhood, relationships, psychological profiles. We watch, trying to see the cracks, searching for the why. We learn the language, MO, signature, victimology. We look for cross-case patterns to predict and protect. It's collaboration, a collective effort to find meaning. Ultimately, understanding is survival. We light a candle in the dark to make the unknowable known. This is where it gets intensely human. We're not cold machines. We feel these stories. We put ourselves in the victim's shoes, their fear, their pain. A stolen life turns a puzzle into a human tragedy. They were just like us, going to work, coming home, stopping for gas. Sometimes we also try to empathize with the perpetrator, not to excuse, but to understand emotionally. We examine abuse, trauma, mental illness, seeking the human behind the monster. Aileen Wuornos, a brutal story and horrific childhood. You may feel a tragic understanding, but it never excuses the crimes. That duality, sorrow for victims, grasping the killer's twisted humanity, is compelling. We're not watching good versus evil. We're watching people. Complex lives, complex losses, impossible to look away. It's the human element, beauty, and horror that binds us to the story. All right, let's talk about the thrill. It's the adrenaline, the roller coaster, the horror movie, but from the couch. We feel fear and suspense without actual danger, heart pounding at tense moments, goosebumps at the reveal, adrenaline and dopamine, a biological loop. We're drawn to the taboo. We look, even when we shouldn't. True crime mainlines that curiosity in narrative form. Dahmer, BTK. The unsettling details defy normal behavior. Our minds race. We don't need graphic images. Absence amplifies fear. Imagination does the rest. Hints of rituals and trophies become psychological horror. We feel suspense from a safe distance. We get the chill, then turn it off. That control is key. It's escape into a hyper-real danger, a safe way to touch the void. Beyond fear and curiosity, we're searching for justice. We crave resolution that sets things right. Bad guy caught, evidence fits, verdict delivered, order restored to chaos. Science triumphs, a tiny fiber or partial print breaks a case. Decades later, a breakthrough. New tech, a confession, someone who never gave up. It feels like a victory for all of us. Truth emerges, meaning from the meaningless. We pass laws, improve forensics, and talk about victims' rights and mental health. We bear witness and honor real lives. We watch because we believe in justice, in answers, in closure. So you see, it's complicated. It's the spectacle of media, our pattern-seeking brains, our empathy, the safe thrill, the search for justice and meaning. It's our curiosity, our fear, our compassion, and our desire for order. These stories hold a mirror to society, our systems, and ourselves. Modern cautionary tales and lessons in survival. We watch to understand, to feel, to find meaning. But behind every headline is a person, every case file a family torn apart. The stories are compelling, but the reality is devastating. Never lose sight of that. It's the respect we owe the victims, the humanity we must hold on to as we stare into the dark, searching for answers.